Hey everybody, how's it going? Today we're going to be doing another tutorial run through on Universim, and we're just going to be prepping to get into the modern age. So we left off last time with a crash right after the overpacked quest, so it's going to give me a good opportunity to just highlight how to do this quest again in case you missed it. There's been a lot of people that just don't really particularly seem to get it, so hopefully this helps. So they're asking you to place a courier's hut down, and then they're going to ask you to deliver some packages. So we'll get on that. I'm going to build my first courier's hut. And once this gets placed down, I think this is pretty much the same spot as last time. It's going to immediately drop a few packages on the ground. So all you got to do is remember where this courier's hut is, and you press F. This is going to take you to a mailbox. You want to just hover over the mailbox, make sure the inner circle goes green, and then drop it in, and that'll disappear. And you just rinse and repeat for each one of these. So you do telekinesis, pick up the box, F, and wait for the circle, toss it in. Just they don't really explain where the packages are in the quest very well, and it seems to confuse a lot of people. So hopefully that clarified a lot of the confusion. And I'm glad they fixed it where mailboxes would spawn in that area and it wasn't even possible to actually complete the quest for a bit. So it looks like they fixed that part. And one more. All the way over here. Most obscure mailbox ever, but there you go. And that will complete that quest. So now we have a courier's hut that didn't take any time to build. But we don't have a ton of laborers right now. Although putting more in here is going to be pretty useful. So might as well fill this up, and then we're going to do our standard operating procedure when we need more nuggets. And mate the hell out of them. And see what we can do with this riot over here. They're sad because the stores that I put down a few minutes ago aren't built yet. But I guess they changed their mind. Okay, so back to what I was saying is just to get the population numbers up again, we're going to go around and double click on a couple nuggets with the Cupid on power activated, and they're all going to go make some babies. So that'll boost our numbers quite a bit, and I need to start focusing back on food and on planks, because even with 5 stone refineries and I believe 6 wood refineries, we're still having a trouble just because they're not cutting down trees as much, and I think it's just a time issue. So I'm going to give them a little bit of time before I start really investing in, and hopefully they can kind of get their shit together and just start delivering wood over to the wood refinery. Only time will tell, though. So with that being said, we're basically just going to go through this and make sure we're completely balanced. We'll get all our research going, have everything knocked off the list that we need to before we go into the modern age. And that includes having extra stamina and less need for food. And 20% is a pretty big number too, substantial. And we'll start going for some of the other research items. the plan is basically just to have everything upgraded and everything sort of as close to the modern age as we can possibly get it without going into it. Because as soon as the modern age happens, they drop everything and start recreating their residentials, which is going to take a lot more power than we currently have as well. And sometimes this is what can define if you have a really good modern age or if it's just going to be completely chaotic. If you if they're overworked and then they start trying to upgrade everything at the same time, nothing's ever really going to get done. So it's good to keep an eye on how many buildings are actually under construction at any given time. Right now I'm up to 4.5 pages worth, and there's some kind of reason why they're not actually building any of it, but I may have just overloaded them a little bit overzealous in the end of the last episode there. What I'm trying to show is how not to wait on things. Unfortunately, sometimes it's inevitable where you're going to have to. But if I can help out with any of these right off the bat, get them a little happier maybe that'll change their mind just a bit. No guarantees, but I like to think it might help. More rocks. All right, full up on rocks there. One more tree, one more rock. And we'll hit prioritize on that too, just so maybe somebody will actually get on it. If these guys are actually coming to build this, it'd be awesome. Get that happiness up a bit. That happy in turn. Yeah, maybe we can knock down some trees for them as well. Quick and easy way to knock down trees. Pick up one, then go bowling with it. And that'll give us just a little bit more wood on the ground for them to come collect. If we want them to actually get these refineries moving a bit faster as well, we can actually take some raw materials and throw them right into the factory themselves. So I'll just, for example, I'll grab a few trees here, say 10, 12, and throw it right in there. Now they have a little bit of a stockpile, not much. But it gives them a start, at least. They're not waiting for whatever factor that's stopping them from cutting down trees to really ruin their day. So hopefully that'll help get them kickstarted a bit with actually creating some of these. And some of these problems I'm hoping are just early access problems where I know that I've set it up right, and I know that there are enough resources around that they shouldn't have a wood shortage right now, But sometimes that's just luck of the draw. Nuggets aren't the smartest creators ever. So that being said, with the shortage, I'm not going to continue to upgrade everything else here and just make the queue even longer. I'm going to wait for a little bit until maybe we're down to like 3 pages of construction. 3 or 2 would be nice. And once all that's done, then we'll carry on and keep getting ready for the modern age here. What I'd like to see by the end of this stream is us being on our way to, well, not burning alive, first of all. That's probably hurting the planet quite a bit. Yeah, that sucks. Good old lava, or good old volcanoes. They're actually causing some shit nowadays. So as I was saying, I'd like to have everything upgraded, and if we can get right into modern age in the next 100 or so in-game years, then I'm totally down for doing that. But if you're ever having trouble dealing with the modern age, just stay in medieval for a bit longer, you know? Develop your resources and get as much energy flowing and stored, and same with water. Try and store all that stuff and have a big surplus before you go into modern age, and it makes it a lot easier, you know? You don't want to really struggle with that. One guy riding at a... Why are you riding? You don't seem to have any good reason for it. And because you're a weak trait, I'm not going to solve that with Cupidon. Because why would I want another weak nugget popping out? We'll just get rid of him the old-fashioned way. Got any more over there? I think I made my point. Yep, no problem. Okay, good stuff. Blacksmith is done, so now we've got barracks unlocked. And that'll be pretty useful, especially with the amount of exiles that have been attacking us recently. Once we get the barracks up and a few soldiers in there, then we can actually fight back. You know, the garrison's doing an alright job, but they're more for just, you know, keeping wolves at bay for the most part, and hunting animals. The barracks are key to kind of defending your entire territory here. That being said, though, I'll check on the garrisons right now, make sure that we have maximum amounts of nuggets in each one of the garrisons. Yeah, we got one more on the way. Taking it sweet time. Almost done. I'll help them out with that. And one more. There we go. Feel free to build that one, guys. My glass factory, my second one is still paused, and I'm cool with that. Don't really need to store, or I don't need to produce much more glass at the moment. I'm kind of just waiting on these residentials to be built. They really threw down a bunch of these blueprints kind of prematurely, it feels like. Like, I don't think they needed this many houses, even if I did have a holy ground right here. But luck of the draw. So this will take quite a few points to do, but hopefully it actually does speed up their process. I found that sometimes if they're building too many residentials in forested areas, they just end up like not touching them at all. And sometimes that can kibosh your entire production because they're waiting on one residence to be built and nobody's building it, but it is necessary for clearing the queue and moving on to the next task. So I'll try and help them out here, and hopefully they actually get the message of coming over here and clearing the forest. And if they aren't, then I'll just start chucking trees at the spots that are already built up with trees, and it'll cancel that project for them to probably just try and build again. But sometimes I can get away with clearing the queue at least, and getting the rest of the things going. Christ, that's a lot of houses here. Oh, there we go. All right. Let's say I meant to do that. I don't need a house there particularly. They've got plenty enough residential in this area. Yeah, they're really trying to make a big ass complex right here. Who would have thought nuggets would be so complex? See what I did there? Anybody? Bueller? Okay, that garrison's up now. We can hire a couple more people for that. A little bit more defense before we get to cement, and then once we get to cement, we can build the barracks. So that'll be the next direction we go. We'll hire the couriers and get to cement here. And then we'll start working around that. So at 600 up, I have a total of 690 stored, which looks like I'm maxed right now with the amount of reservoirs I have. So I'm really gonna have to start getting on upgrading all these older reservoirs. But I still have that plank issue still, and so we're dropping it a little bit, which isn't too bad. But it is still an issue. And right now I don't have enough surplus to justify going over to the Exiles and actually getting their wood for them. So we'll wait. And it'll work out just fine. Heard theories of people just assigning immune to hospitals and graveyards because, you know, they're never going to get sick. But I haven't really seen many gravekeepers go to an infected area and get sick anyways, so there may not be too much of truth in it. But if you're wondering if you want to find a certain trait, you go into the Nugget menu, you click the circle up top here, and say you want to find all the lazy ones, right? That'll sort all your lazy laborers out. Then you can proceed to, you know, pick them up and toss them into the temple, or whatever you want to do with your lazy and weak. I'm not judging. But it's better to have close to zero. You know, these guys are basically only worth sacrificing. So it's a quick way to find which ones are actually worth throwing into a grinder, because you don't want to throw all your hard workers in, or everything slows down even more. Kind of counterproductive. And you may get a couple points short turn there, but all right. So this one's going to be pretty close. And usually when I have a closer to a neck and neck tie, if I really don't want something to happen, I'll go over to this person and the one that wants water filtration. I think it was that one. It's hard to tell. They're kind of together. All right. I'll give you a pass on this one. But if I really didn't want her to win, I would just pick her up and throw in the temple too, and then that knocks her out of the race. Yeah, we got another riot going on. These unhappy nuggets. And they're still unhappy because they refuse to build the stores there. But I need more nuggets anyways, so I'm going to get something else on their mind, some other kind of riot. But you, and you, and you. All right, sweet. That is great to know. Contraception ban will help us a lot with getting the baby population up. A lot of rioters this time, eh? Wow. Rioters in love. Ain't it cute? Okay, so these stores, I'm really hoping these few shops actually help quite a bit. Another couple parks will help too, so I'm going to get those in queue because we don't really want them rioting all the time. You know, the production goes down. It's just counterproductive again, so let's try and help them out with getting them off their feet and into a park. You know, that's the cure-all in this game. Parks. Can't say I'm mad because I'm in a park. Okay, so here's a relatively straightforward quest. Is they want you to chop down trees effectively. So we're going to build this lumber camp. We're just going to place it in a larger area, somewhere where there's a bunch of empty space, which we haven't really left ourselves too much of. But we can see that it's going to be coming up down here, so might as well utilize this area. And it fits here. It's going to cut off these roads, but these roads don't really lead anywhere, so it's all good. We'll plop this camp down by the side of the road. Probably in the direction where it needs to be. The entrance is facing the road there. And once we've done that, then it's going to want us to cut down some trees. So this is the kind of sort of confusing part is you want to go home for this. You want to go right into, there's a big circle right around your epicenter area, and that's the area where they want you to destroy trees. So if there's no trees there already, you plant a couple, but I don't have that much CP, so I'm just going to use the trees that exist here, and we'll do the tree bowling thing, right? We'll throw that, kind of knock off a couple trees at the same time instead of having to pick up and destroy each tree individually. Bowl with them, and then that'll complete the quest there. And then we move on from that and just wait for the next quest. So basically, we've covered every quest that's in here, and I've accomplished each one that they've thrown at us so far, except for the exhibitionist one, because changing seasons is just a waste of points. And like I said, if you really want to get that quest, just do it once, and then unlock your achievements for it, and then you don't ever have to do it again. Yeah, nice. The contraception ban seems to be working. Got 10 kiddos coming up right now. Our food's not looking terrible. Thanks. Slowly but surely moving down. At this point in time, I have 148 bricks, and we don't need that many. So I'm going to exchange probably 50 bricks for some planks, if I can. If they are offering any, which they are not. And they are asking for resources, so they're not going to trade with us yet. But these guys have them, so 50 planks, perfect. So we'll see what our relationship is like. If I can get a 1-to-1, that'd be amazing. So that's great. So 50 bricks for 50 planks. And that way I get my numbers a little higher up, and that'll give the refineries at least a chance to catch up now. Yeah, like I've said before, exiles are actually pretty useful when you're in a pinch and you don't want to deal with the black market pricing of things. Okay, so another thing I'm going to start placing down and prioritizing is a few more courier sets, because that should help expedite all the materials everywhere. The more courier sets, the more efficient your entire world is. No joke. Try and place them in spots that make the most logistical sense, you know? And we'll just wait for those to be built. Things seem to be coming along pretty nice, and we're just kind of twiddling our thumbs until this meteor storm hits us, or meteor shower hits us. That one Cupidon's down. They're getting a little less pissed off. And I'm thinking that I have a couple alleys. Oh, no, all those alleys are constructed now, so we're going to need more shops as well. Hair saloons. Okay, those are both built. That kind of probably helped with the happiness level quite a bit. Let's just kind of plop a couple more of these down. And the nice thing is it doesn't matter where in the world you put them. It's just a general happiness for everybody. And those little multiple choice quests or decisions that you have to make, I'm not going to go over them because I'd rather you just make your own decision with and see what outcome you get. There's not like the best and worst, I don't think. You know, it's just every action has a consequence. So, yeah, I don't want to spoil some of that stuff for you. Yeah, so we got a pretty good power coming up here. Yeah, like absolutely no reason for storage right now, but that will change once we run out of things to build. But the reason we're strapped so hard for planks and bricks is I've really been pushing them, you know. Looking forward to when we build out over here. I got volcanoes and meteors and fires. Like this is like a Bermuda Triangle of disasters here. And still haven't touched any of these. And although I don't need storage, as we just discussed, I think it's a good idea to put one here anyways, because if they're chopping down all those trees, at least they have a spot to put it now. They're going to have to take all these out in order to start building that area. Okay, it's coming along nicely. A bridge would be nice. Inventing those arches would be pretty useful for lakes like this because, it takes a long time to go around. And that way, if we can hop over through the center here, we can actually start getting to these guys and build around them before we go into modern age. Because once they get into modern, their dome seems to spread significantly. And if we can trap them right now and build around them before they actually get to a point where they can expand, then we could keep them pretty small for the remainder of the game. And that their numbers don't really grow, and the space that they take up on the planet isn't all that big of a deal. And if you really don't like it, you just destroy them, right? Just like everybody else does. So at 433, I want to be at around 800, probably 900 to be comfortable with making it through the next winter. But I don't think we'll be able to hit that because we don't have that capacity yet without upgrading all the reservoirs. So we'll take another look at our building menu. Make sure everything's checked, and we'll see how far along our build list is. Okay, great. We've got like 2.5 pages now, so they are rocking it out pretty good. I did that upgrade for the courier's hut as well, so I can store a couple more nuggets in there. I'll do just that. Keeping an eye on how many laborers we have. 47 laborers is pretty good. And that has to be prioritized. I got a feeling that little residential patch over here is just screwing with their heads. Like I can see this getting built before these residentials. Although you got somebody working on them over here, so that's great. Unpause that as well. You wouldn't think it right off the bat, but 2 glass factories is pretty useful for the modern age because everything's made out of steel and glass, right? Even if you have a really big surplus and you've been saving up for the whole run through, as soon as you hit modern age, it seems to go away pretty fast. Yeah, try and hire the believers and the workaholics before anything else. But because we're not really doing great on educated, when we have 57, so not a ton of educated nuggets yet. I try and refrain from putting them in any kind of place like that doesn't need them. You know, we'll use those for when the cement factory opens up and once the glass factory gets upgraded and the steel and everything in modern age needs educated nuggets. I'd rather have them on hand as opposed to having to take them out of a different job. Yeah. Slowly but surely, they finally decided to start building residentials again. Good for them. Yeah. Make sure all my fishing piers are up to snuff as well. They are not. Let's get these guys, at least one of them, prioritized. And I should be paying attention. I don't know what they took. Damn it. Okay, I got a quick ad break coming up. I will see you very soon. And while that's happening, just keep bouncing around, looking away until I get to rockets, as they say. Okay, great. Now the courier sets up. The more of these we build, the more couriers we employ, the faster everything's going to get. So if I get a few more of these up, I think it'll really help our situation for that big old housing patch that's just not getting touched. Cement, beautiful thing. Take another look here of how many more tasks I just added to them. Okay, so that's great. If I can get down to a page and a half, I'll just let them sit, and it looks like they are touching on some of these residentials, which is really nice. Or are you? Was that just a lot? Yeah, okay, sweet. They're slowly building them. So with that, I got to make sure that I have stuff for them around here, because this is basically a new community that they just felt like starting up. That's fine by me. There you go. Little. Every once in a while, I get lucky on some of these hills. It'll just build it where you wouldn't really expect it to be built. Like there. Yeah, sure, I'll build on a hill. Nice little forest farm there. End of the road. And welcome back. It does look like these things are finally getting built. This is going to be a pretty popular little area once it's all said and done. All right. So 690 is where we're capped right now. And we've got really good water coming in from the water pumps right now. I'm 816. I would rather be at 1,000, but at this point in time, I'm going to focus on upgrading some of the reservoirs. That way, if we can get up to 900 saved for next year, or maybe 1,000 saved for next year, then we'll be in a pretty good position, because at 459 down, I'm going to want just shy of 1,000 in order to get through winter. And everything's coming along pretty nice. We haven't spread out too far yet. We're not right at the exiles, and we've got a bunch of land here we can actually start looking into. Start plotting my course for the new world here. And the almighty courier set. Get one in this area here. Hopefully, come on, give me some slack. Do it. Yep, I saw it. Yep, there it is. Perfect. Take a look at the other huts. Yep, this one's just about to get finished. Yeah, it's pretty much my solve all. If everything's slow, I just build more courier sets. Okay, so we'll go for organized storage. Get the newer storage buildings, fortifications, and upgrade the fishing as well. So before I do that, because I have a bit of points, we're going to give him a bit more stamina recovery and a bit more strength. That should help. And then we'll go for what we were just doing. Okay, let those guys fill out. And I'm going to go over science of peace. Because hopefully, by the time I get everything balanced, I'll still have 0 criminals. I know they were pretty pissed off at us for a little bit, but, you know, we finally given them enough parks for them to be satiated. Check my eateries out and make sure they're all full. They are not. So let's get that all full. And the numbers are starting to balance out. I'm going to look at needing probably 100 more food to be comfortable with the population right now. Always try and keep just a little bit ahead of them. And the workaholics, the ones with the purple circle, and the sure-footed are probably the best candidates for courier huts because the sure-footed ones move really fast, and that's essential for delivering. If I don't have sure-footed, I'll use workaholics. But I really try and like keep some of the best nuggets into the courier huts there. Okay, things are coming along nicely. Eatery coverage is okay. Seems fairly balanced. Get another one over here. Don't need that offshoot road anyways. If I can make a decent looking road system, I'd rather do it like that than the spaghetti mess that they throw at you if you built on every road. Okay, good. Planks seem to be evening out. Wood seems to be evening out. Alright. All good signs right there. Iron, kind of shit in the bed. Not all good signs. Probably because we only have one iron mine. That'll do it. And some of the best deposits you can't get to because of the curve. I think they're fixing that in the next update. I really hope so. Because that's like aggravating as hell, right? And it's like, oh yeah, you have like 4,000 right here. But it's on a hill, so never mind. Let's see. The 1200 area looks pretty good. If I can find a single spot to get it to accept. And alright, 677 it is. Can't be too picky when the game's being picky. For nothing to get done. One thing we haven't done yet, besides checking the vote, religious focus, I'll go for that, is we should probably change our name to a regular name. There you go. Except for the caps, yes. Welcome to Strange Topia. Population, us. Okay, so the dead of winter, we've got 17 minutes left. That's okay. I think anything under 15, then you should start worrying, but at 17 minutes, bam. Where's that UFO? He took one of my nuggets last time. I want him back. All right. It wasn't me. It was the UFO, man. Sorry. I didn't do nothing. I might not be able to get that box, though. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to, unless it pops out on the other side of the dome. See if they thought about that. Can I get it? Nope. Not happening. In order to get that box, I would have to destroy this civilization or the dome itself. That's a lot of points to do that. But that box stays there. Okay, we've spread a lot without checking cemetery coverage, so I'm going to do that now. Start predicting where we're going to move next. And it seems like this area, as they're already building roads out this way, it makes sense that we start setting up another little section for them. Especially in forested areas, I really like pretty solid fire coverage with no gaps. You know, you get a firestorm or something going on, and that can shoot your O2 pretty bad. Okay, nice. That'll take a little while. It's a little bit farther away than most of the other things, but what do we do when that happens? Courier set. Okay. See, you know what? It made a lot of sense to put it right there. I knew there was going to be something coming up. So that graveyard, once that's built, that cemetery, that'll take care of this zone. And should we make this into another residential area? I think so. Get them building out here. How many sick nuggies do I have? Just that one. Not anymore. Perfect. Okay, that glass factory is now up. We don't need it running yet. So I'm going to turn it off, but I'm going to assign everybody to this iron mine first. Make sure we're getting a bit more iron intake here because we're going to need a whole ton of it in the modern age. Convert to steel. And then the glass factory. Just going to turn that off for now. It's built and it's ready to go. But why use the power and water when you don't need to? Once I start seeing that number dip a little bit farther, then I'll turn that factory on. And there we go. The power of couriers. You rock. Okay. Yeah, I built up around here just for them. And we're doing really good on points. So let's get a couple more nuggies in here. Have that good old mate fest. Looks like you should be together, eh? But you're not. Ah. A lot of single ones. Let's try and fix that. The more families we have, I figure the more that they're gonna have more than just one kid each time. So it'd be nice to get a lot less singles in here. Unmarried 39, that's not too bad. We have an okay amount of educated for what we need right now, and hopefully with time, and a couple more schools probably, we'll be able to get this whole population educated. If I can fit one over here, that'd be great. There's one, no problem. And an engineer's hut there, just because it's just out of range. We get it on top of the hill. Come on. Come on. Engineers, they should be able to go anywhere. Not so much. Okay, well, at least that'll give that area a little bit more coverage. Give them a little eating spot by the lake, too. One of the fancy ones. Where, like, the golf course would be if there was an option for it. Okay, we've got some locusts coming up here. Plenty enough points to zap them into oblivion and beyond. Organized storage, that's really good. After law enforcement, we will keep chugging along down the research path. And give them a bunch more years on their lives as well. So I'm going to send an expedition down. We have 29 laborers, but the couriers are now sort of compensating for them, so we don't need as many laborers. And yep, assign all of them to there and rectify this attack. Okay, where are you guys going? Killed one, man. It was an innocent nugget. Where are you guys attacking to? Oh, wow, there's quite a few of you this time. Yeah, alright, I guess I'll help. Too late. Yeah, alright. Alright, well, I think that's a surefire sign that we need to get our barracks established. Their forces seem to be getting pretty strong. And as I know it's easy to do this, but it's a lot better when they're doing it themselves, you know? They don't have to depend on any god powers, they just take them out and... Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, I see that. Okay. Oh, you're hiding in the trees somewhere. Alright. Still count? No, I guess not. Okay. I guess they're okay now. Let's go deal with that locust swarm. It rains and pours, eh? Hopefully I don't light my own city on fire again. There we go. Let's slow it down a bit. Yeah, 793. I got 506 down, so yeah, I would love to have 1,000 by the end of this. And hopefully they upgrade the reservoirs in time. Try and do like the reservoirs and everything that's in the center of each of the bulky parts of the city. Seems like they get to them faster than if you just say upgrade all and then, you know, you gotta all the ones out here getting upgraded first, and it just slows everything down. Okay, good. Nice little friendly community over here. You guys should probably have a school too. That would make sense. You got one over there. More knowledge is power. You can go to school where you learn how to be a lumberjack. No? No, not happening? Okay. I guess it's going here then. As we slowly start branching out this way. And our first upgraded warehouse over here. The thing I try and keep in mind is, like when I'm trying to build like a little section in each little community, trying to do it all at once. And I think they have the capacity. Sometimes it does take a little bit longer, but I'd rather just forget about this area for, 15, 20 minutes and then come back and it's all ready to go. This isn't going to go anywhere. The lover camps, they really just like building those sometimes. But because of how necessary they are right now, I'd rather get on a few of them. Kind of build them up behind here. And that way I'm not chopping down any more of these trees, because I need to actually plant 2,000 trees right now. And that's a lot of CP. I'm not going to plant all 2,000 right now, but if I wanted my atmosphere up at 100%, I would focus primarily on just building up the forests. Seems like you get more density out of a forest than you do out of a grassland. Could be wrong. The visual thing, possibly. Got our infected zone we gotta rectify. Wow, oh yeah, because that cemetery still just, yeah. That'll do it. We'll rejuvenate this whole area for good 50 points. How many more needs? This is 70 points. And that should cure everybody that needs to be cured over here, maybe. One more. Easy way to check as well is go in your planet filter and check out your infected areas. Clear as day. We obviously haven't cured them all. We'll go around, make sure each one is all good. And there we go. That should be it for infected areas for the moment. Yep. All good. All right. As always, we'll hop back to the building menu and just make sure that we have only a few pages of stuff that we need to actually work on right now. Yeah, three and a half pages. That's okay. That they can handle. When it gets up to like 6 or 7 pages, then you have a problem because everybody just starts twiddling their thumbs. That's that area I'm just going to wait on for quite a while. I'm in no rush to build out that far. It would be nice to get these lumber camps up a little sooner, but they don't want to touch them, so I can't make them. Now, if we go back and revisit, right at the beginning, we had a warehouse around here that was just designated for specific materials, which, okay, I had this one, but when it upgraded, it started storing oil and gas and glass, but I'm trying to get just stone and planks into one of these. And the reason being is I want to be able to come over to this warehouse once it's upgraded again. And I just want to take planks and bricks out of that and then run them over to any project, because that's the only way I can find to do it. If you have all your materials, every single one selected, then you're just wasting a ton of materials by doing that. So if you specify, the major ones, you can go over there and just pick and choose as you need them. Okay, so we're still keeping an eye on our numbers. Another useful chart is this guy over here. It looks like a spaghetti mess right now, but you can delete things that you're not particularly interested in seeing the numbers for. And right now, I would just basically want to focus on iron, oil, and gas. And we can see that iron is dropping significantly over time, so that gives us an indication of how much we're actually using and whether or not one of my iron mines is actually empty. Let's see. Let's just take a look. So something I'll try and do every once in a while is I'll just rename them to like their percentage of from when I last looked, and that way I'll know that if I'm dropping all my production here, I'll know that it was probably the one that was I last checked that was closer to empty. So this one's 93. I know that obviously the numbers are different, so it's 626. This could potentially run out faster than the one with 1,000 in it, but sort of a different way to indicate which iron mine you need to look at, or for any matter, for all the different kinds of things that have percentages, the gas mines and the stone, etc. But that being said, only three iron mines might help quite a bit if I can find a decent spot for them. Cause yeah, a lot of like bupkis, 1,000 here, 1,000 there. Not great numbers. Rookie numbers, some would say. Come on. Nope. All right, 900. I'll take that. Better than nothing, that's for damn sure. And this hut over here will definitely get a little bit more being delivered and produced. So this shouldn't take long for this iron mine here. Shouldn't being, the word I loosely use. Okay. Good. We're doing all right on laborers. We're doing all right on CP. Food seems to be picking up a bit because the eateries have actually mellowed them out. They're not gobbling up all the raw food. So it actually gives the farms a chance to catch up. Crap out. And I'll try and get a couple more of these eateries done a little bit faster. The more prepared food you can have, the better off. You don't have to really fight for food as long as you're prepping a whole ton of it all at the same time. The invisible infected zone, of course, everybody loves those ones. I believe you, I swear. Look, even the planet filter believes you. Yeah, affected my eye. Okay. Okay, that cemetery will do wonders for this area over here. Not wonders, I guess I'll just pick up stuff, but you know what I mean. And our intake is getting a little low. So we'll take a look at getting some of these upgraded. This is a pretty good lake for it. 32,000. We shouldn't have any issues with running out yet. I'm at 1,300, which is comfortable for having a 522 consumed. That's a pretty good number for it, I think. Yeah, this lying infected zone. Get out of here. Get out of here. All right. See what kind of fire we got going on over here. Oh, it's just a wee one. Tiny little bonfire. Throw their water balloons at it. There you go. Good fight, guys. Good job. You get... You're weak, but alright. You get a little rejuvenation for the efforts. Like throwing them a tip. Okay, how are we doing on the courier sets? I'm just basically waiting on them to be built, and then I'll keep building more. And it'll keep getting faster. And it's a pretty good time to start considering what we're doing with the future stuff. Where, like, do I want to have like a bunch of rocket launch sites in one area or do I want to have them spread out across the world? Because I think this area is pretty much looking like it's going to be the the big industry area right here. And maybe I'll put a couple cosmodromes over here. So I want to have, like, a few steel mills, maybe another glass factory, and then all the chemicals and plastics and fuel refinery, everything we can. We can jam it in this area and still have plenty of space for cosmodromes and courier huts and hopefully a few homes too. The jury's still out on that though. So we'll just kind of slowly keep building towards that area we have in mind for it. And if it works out to be the place that we really want it to be, then all the better. And if not, we'll just, destroy the exiles and take their land. Life ain't fair sometimes. Yeah. So I'm not gonna go buck wild with the upgrades, but I am gonna make sure that I'm getting all the reservoirs I possibly can upgraded sooner than later. So I've got 7 left to upgrade. I'm not going to do them all at the same time. I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then once those guys are, then I'll get the other 3. And that'll give us a pretty decent amount of capacity. And just notice that I just kind of lurched there on the power. We're sort of struggling because not all the kinetic generators work all the time. So we'll help ourselves out by putting a few more down. Get a couple more nuggets on the wheels. And I think putting them near residential helps the nuggets get there faster too. And if they get tired, then they go in, they sleep, and come back out and keep producing. It's super meta with the Rick and Morty thing, the stomp boxes and just everything powering a battery. These guys are doing the same thing. They're just running on mouse wheels instead of stomp boxes. Or pulley thingamajigs or whatever the hell they were. Yeah, prioritize one of these guys. Keep an eye on the planks again. Yeah, we're back up to being in the red for planks. I'm not really sure why. They just, every once in a while, they just go on strike from cutting down trees. And that's plenty enough. 6 refineries. I'm not going to build anymore. I don't think it makes any sense. Because eventually we will balance out. Won't be immediate, but we'll get there. Okay, and the only surplus I have is bricks. So what we can do over now, we are going to need to build that cement factory relatively soon, and that's going to take a ton of bricks to continuously support. But right now, I'm going to see if I can trade a few for a few more planks, just to keep that balanced as well. They may have some, they may not. They have some. Sweet. So hopefully this is another 1-to-1 ratio. So I'll take all of them. They got 83, 83. Perfect. 1-to-1 ratio. And that kicked us up a bit. That's going to help just kind of get them balancing out a little bit faster now. Okay. Getting into winter, we're going down to 0. We got 24 minutes left at 0 produced. And that's a pretty sweet, comfortable number right there. Anything over 15 is good. And hopefully, I can just keep a few pumps on each lake, and none of these lakes will drain out too bad. That's the hope, anyways. I think near the end of the game, though, I'm going to try and actually drain the lakes as much as possible and get our planet health down to below the no oxygen level, just to see what it looks like. Okay, we got a wolf attack coming in. Hopefully our garrisons are up and working pretty well for this. I'm going to give it a second just to register if anybody is getting attacked. I'll keep an eye on my death counter over here as well. As soon as I see somebody die, then I should be able to just hop over there and see exactly where the wolves are attacking. Okay, sweet. Another eatery. No lazy nuggets, please. So, I think the garrison did a pretty good job of those wolves. I could be wrong, but by this time, there we go. All right, they were just slow on the pickup here. All right. Sniped him with a tree. No scope. Got many more that got knocked off there. Okay, looks like they got the rest of them. Well, that's probably a good spot for a barracks and a garrison. We'll start with the garrison. Prioritize that. And we'll start looking into building. Yeah, might as well throw our first barracks down there as well, except we need cement for it. So I retract that statement, and I'm going to start building cement. And it looks like this is going to be a pretty good spot for it. We're going to have a pretty good build out here for the Cosmodrome. So it may take a while to get to it, but we'll get these cement factories going up and over here. And I make two just for production reasons. You know, if we can up the production just a little bit, all better. Okay, 300 nuggets in 232 years. Not terrible, but I could be doing better. I do miss the Matenator option for that. By year 200, you're up to like 700 nuggets, and it's kind of insanity. Fast rush of a game, that's for sure. Everything gets built so damn quick. But I think after this tutorial here, I'll probably take it easy until the new update comes out, and that'll be the next stream I do for Universim. Is just build on a bigger planet. Because my computer doesn't hate me enough as is with handling all the stuff it has to deal with on this planet. Let's go for like one with double the size. What could possibly go wrong? Demanding resources, eh? No, because you're gonna stay aggressive no matter what. So we're gonna keep our resources and just risk getting attacked by you. Okay. Now it feels like they're starting to really build pretty quick. I just placed those kinetics, 5-10 minutes ago, and it's all done. So I'll take that as a pretty good sign. And 3 pages worth of work to do. And let's make sure that everybody is populated in each of the buildings. Fire station needs one. Last factory's turned off because I don't need it yet. Old fishing pier needs one. Another fire station. Yeah, we missed a lot of things. So let's get all these populated with some of the good nuggies. And 30 seems to be the highest on the forest biome. I should actually plant. I'm so used to planting in forest that I forgot that the better biome is grassland on this one. No worries though. We're doing okay on food. And we'll go back to that and get 2 of them in the eatery. 2 plain Jane nuggets. One's a believer. Go for an educated nugget in the school. I don't know if it makes a difference or not, but and I missed it anyways. So too bad. All right, religious focus. I'll go for more points. Don't mind that. Okay. What are they building out here? Oh yeah, my little offshoot. Okay. And that looks like everybody's working. We're not missing anybody except for kinetic generator. And let's get these cement factories going. As soon as we get these going, then everything else should start working out. We'll get the barracks built. And we'll start attacking these guys because they're kind of annoying. Yeah, another eatery. There's some uneducated but willing. Get sick from. Infected zone somewhere? Where is that? Did you drink from the lake? You dummy. Ah, that was that wolf attack, wasn't it? Okay. And we're gonna need a cemetery out here, obviously. Won't risk that little area over there, you know. I don't mind if just a tiny little bit isn't covered completely. Pretty unlikely that they'll die right in that spot. I mean, they can, and it does happen, but it's just not super common. Okay, everything's waiting on cement. So as I'm waiting on cement as well, is maybe I can check with these guys again. Maybe they've upgraded their stock. Something useful for once, that'd be nice. No cement there. We're doing good on planks finally. We've got an excess of bricks. And iron's going to still be a situation. So let's trade some bricks. I don't know if this is a 1-to-1. So 13 for 13. Nope. So maybe it'll be a 2-to-1. 26. Too much. I'm missing something here. How many bricks do you want? 7 to 13. Okay. So I actually have the upper hand on that one. Sure. I'll take it. I'll take a look at how the iron mines are doing. Let's see how 73 was holding up. Down to 69. I'll rename that, sure. I'm super mature like that. Okay, so that means I'm definitely going to need a couple more iron mines down, as they're just not keeping up the pace with the demand right now. I'll pick some, unfortunately, awkward random spot for it. It's probably far enough away where it's just going to take forever to get built, but that's where the iron is, so that's where we're going. Yeah, there you go. And I'm throwing engineers in there somewhere, wherever you fit. There you go. And a water reservoir. And then everybody will be happy-ish. Okay. And I got a feeling one more probably isn't going to hurt either. And that's a pretty good area. The best areas you can't build on. It's just uncanny how they they made that work so well, where like all the best resources are just inaccessible. Genius. Come on, right there. Here, right somewhere. Painful sometimes trying to find this place. You, yes, thank you. Okay, so as those two get done, that should boost our production, hopefully up to 10 a minute. Because yeah, we're starting to lag behind quite a bit, and as we're going into modern age, we're gonna need a crap ton of iron. I ain't lying. We need iron. Please don't unfollow. um, okay. The next thing I think we should look at upgrading as well is the farms. Keep that food coming in throughout the summer. So even with just a single upgraded pump, I can see that a 16,000 lake isn't really going to cut it. So I'm not going to upgrade any more of these because that lake's just going to drain really fast. We'll go find the big lake we were working on. It'll be this one, 40,000, and we'll put a few more new ones on here. And I'm right at the number I want to be at pretty much. As long as I got 1,000 up, I'm pretty happy. And the storage is doing okay. We still need to upgrade a couple more reservoirs, and we definitely need to get more of the kinetic going on because there's just not enough people doing simultaneous work on the wheels. So at 3 up right now, obviously if a few more hop on the wheels, we'll be fine. But that's a really good way to get low on power, especially as you go right into the modern age. We put more down, make them run. They're happy when they're running, right? Pretty sure. I think they are. But tough shit. What we're doing. Now, instead of cutting down trees, you guys can just cut down these. I'll try and plant a few more just to compensate for the mass amount that I'm losing. 15,000. I still need to get 1,000 more trees on the planet in order to balance that number out again. But I really don't want to spend all my points on it right now. More pressing matters. Okay, sweet. Enlightenment's up. That's good. And we're going to get right up to the industrialization, but we're not going to actually click on industrial yet. I'm going to save some points up. I'm going to unlock everything I need to unlock, and then we'll go into the industrial. But a big tip is just to be ready for it, You don't have to rush into it. Doesn't matter if you're at year 230 or year 500. If you don't have the materials that you need, then wait until you have the materials before you go into the modern. Okay, 20 seconds till a volcano. Let's see which one it's going to be. I think I've got a couple on this planet. So that's one right there. And I think there's another one. I'm going to find out right now. The one close to me or the one far away? Good. It's the one far away. Go hit them. Love to get it like a tornado to like spew lava over there. That'd be a cool little god power. Hybrid god powers. How we doing on educated? Nice. And the garrison can be upgraded. Yeah, the backlog's not too bad anymore. Evening out on that. And laborers at 17. Not so nice. You know what we have to do. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try and mate over the world. Come on, love. Are you in exile? You are. Why are you in my city? Get out of here. Okay, we'll get a whole bunch of these guys knocked up. And have them popping out a bunch more babies. Get up to 350 as quick as we can. Come here. Can't run from love. Okay. Wouldn't call it a sea of love yet, you know? More like a pond of love. I don't really want to waste all my points on it. I say waste like, I have something more important to spend them on, but I really don't. Not a waste. I don't want to utilize them. I think if like God had actual God powers and he was like doing stuff, like could he get like mulligans? It's like, oh, I gave this guy like all these powers and he's not using them. It's like, can I get that back? Can I get a refund? Have the receipt. Okay, 18. I'm gonna need more DP pretty soon as well. I'm just really short on laborers right now. I don't want to send 5 down and we'll wait. We'll get a few more up here in good time. And I've got like double what I need for storage right now, which is pretty comfortable. Take a look at our numbers over here again. Okay, so iron's done an about face. It's no longer dropping. It's skyrocketing up, which is good to see. Those iron mines are actually working. Glass is starting to divot a bit down. And cement is still not built. So let's light a fire under their ass for the cement. And these guys are prioritized, I believe. Yep. Okay, cement factory. Come on. Get it done. I'll be your friend. Well, this hopefully helps. Let's see if we can get a couple quick nuggets in here. There's one that's available. And a couple workaholics. And yeah, I'm going to take the lumberjack at least. And a believer. Okay. So hopefully that couriers that kicks this entire area into gear a bit more. Because I need another holy ground over here. Let's get them building houses over this way. Hopefully that correlates to them actually having houses right next to the place that they're working. What I've been trying to do. And it seems to, I haven't paid attention to actually where they go after they're done their shift. But I hope it's closer and it's based on proximity. But I could not tell you 100%. Best guess though. That counts for something, right? Probably not. Okay. Gonna make sure all my farms are populated with double nugs. 2 out of 3 or triple nugs, actually. That's what we need. Need more nuggets. Am I completely out? No, I got 12. Okay, and we will get the rest of these upgraded too. Stone Mine doesn't seem to be doing a pretty good job right now. And they just all of a sudden said, you know what, we're not going to cut down trees. I'm like, okay, well, can't do much about it. Eventually they will. Let's take a look at this stone mine. Make sure it's not empty. Getting there. So before that's empty, I'm going to place another one. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're not going into industrialization yet. I'm going to go grab everything I need and then go into it. Okay, so big thing we're waiting on right now is cement, but that stone line will be pretty useful. As you can see, we're running out of stone in a hurry. Even though it says we don't need any right now, just need to keep making bricks over and over and over again. 2,000, come on, 2,000 somewhere. Somewhere accessible, 2,000, come on. Nope. Okay. I'll take 825. All right. And how's these guys doing with this little expansion wing over here? They could probably use something to eat. I don't have any cement for it yet. Damn it. Well, again, another good thing about what they implemented is the different ages. So you can go back to your Stone Age buildings and build them for the basic amounts again. And then you'll just have to update them later. And that's great for if you're trying to build something and you don't have the modern supplies for the upgraded one. You can always revert back. Super useful if you're like me and just jump the gun on a bunch of stuff for the sake of getting farther into the game. So I wouldn't want to upgrade that now because I don't have any of the cement for it. I need 7, which isn't too bad. But those things are going to take quite a while. Especially with... Oh, okay, now I have 39 laborers. I had like 12 about 2 minutes ago. There's a lot of stuff I can't explain in this game. And that's one of them, is like how the numbers fluctuate so wildly. I know I had that mating fest and everything, so that probably helped a bit, but yeah, I'll still never really get all the numbers. Okay. Got 2 sick nuggets and they're right there. Get them out of the way. Where are you? Okay. You're sick. I can help. Okay, power's looking good again. As long as everybody keeps running at the same time, we can accumulate quite a bit. But we are going to need a ton more for all the modern factories and everything. So let's get a couple more of these kinetic generators down. Make sure all the ones I have up are full. That's good. Prioritize the ones that are already set out. And I'll knock a couple more out of the park here. I really do try and put it like in high traffic areas. I don't know if it makes much of a difference, but if I can get people like on them all the time and they don't have to go too far from their homes, seems like the most efficient route. So close. Yeah, right there. Like the equivalent to, when people like stand on a ground floor gym downtown and they stare out the window on a treadmill. Very much the same feeling, I'm sure, where, you're sitting running there at a kinetic generator, just watching everybody live their lives. Okay. Farms are doing all right. And I bet we could use another courier set. Because you can never have enough. That wonderful courier hut stuff. How about here? You gonna fit in here? Come on. You look like you would. Nope. Okay. Is it smart money to put it down this way? We're gonna build out this way eventually, but I think we could probably utilize this a bit more in a different spot. Um, Perhaps here. Where's the fire? Yes. Get them all baptized in fire. Good way to go. Okay, another farm up. Another nuggy assigned in there. And eateries. How are we looking on eateries? Okay. Still waiting on cement factories before we can start upgrading those. Yeah, I'd love to be able to say, like it makes sense that this is slow because they have to cut down so many trees to get to it. But it is totally up to them when they decide to do certain things. So it is really hard to predict what they're going to build next unless you just build one thing at a time all the time. I think that would take a really long time. You got to know when to kind of ease off on building, but you can't just go stagnant. You always got to be building something. Most of the time, it's farms or means of food. We have the cattle farm now. I think we do, right? Yeah, we do. Okay, let's build a couple cattle farms as well. We'll get some mammoths in our diet before we make them all extinct. And it's a fairly large chunk of land. The same as a normal farm, but by this point in the game, pretty much all the real estate is pretty solid on in the mainland. We might have to start actually building out just for farms alone. If I build it right next to the volcano, I can flash fry the mammoth. See, always thinking. Write that down. Strategy 101. Right, come on. Yeah, you're gonna be over here. You're gonna take a long time to build because I bet you need cement too, don't you? You don't. Sweet. But you need everything else built around you. So we'll do that. Yes, I see the wolves. And I'm gonna build a old school one again. Okay. That area is going to take a minute to continuously build, but they've cleared a hell of a lot of the trees out of the way. So they'll actually start building this very soon. Hopefully. Glass is still doing all right. Take a look at our charts again. Charts and graphs. Business, business, business. Charts, charts, charts. Yeah, everything looks good there. Oh, no. Okay. And let's just save there. Back to it. Just in case it crashes, I don't really want to go back to wherever the autosave was last. Which I guess was right there, but you know what I mean. Okay. Well, that's all building. I'm going to take a quick coffee break. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay. And coming back to an attack. See how we're doing on it. Another good reason for barracks. Oh, I don't take out my courier's hat, man. Chill out. This place is carnage. Go away for 2 minutes. World starts falling apart. You guys suck, man. You don't really need to do that. Yeah, thanks, guys. Okay. Let's rebuild that. That there. That'll do it. The fact that I didn't have anybody in there, probably a good reason why there was nothing. Oh man, really? Who are you? Hiding in the bushes, bastard. Yeah, let's rebuild that, and then we'll hire a few more. Okay, sitting on powder is one of the last quests we have to do, and all this has to do is you go over to town hall. And influence the vote for right to arms. That should complete the quest. Now, in case it doesn't, you would have to actually find this nugget in particular, Sambola, whatever, and sacrifice him, and then that'll complete the quest. But I think they've fixed that now. We're going to find out in 4.5 minutes. Okay, do a double check anytime now, guys. Okay, that plot of land's almost cleared. That was a little hiccup, but I think it'll be alright after this. And my cemetery definitely needs some grave diggers. Yeah, I figured I missed at least one. Right in here, let's take a look, make sure we don't have any more infected areas anywhere. Good. Nope, not perfect though. There we go. Where? Oh, okay, there. Alright. I like how people walk over these bodies like, not my problem. You didn't assign me this job. I'm just gonna pretend it doesn't exist. Alright, painfully slow on this. Look at our eateries. Got everybody in. Everybody's in. I'm not going to start upgrading until we have a surplus of cement. Because I don't really want to start needing, like, 1,000 cement right off the bat. Yeah, sitting on powder is complete. I believe. Okay, so we've got a couple that we still need to do. That one isn't, these don't even exist yet. The lake cleansing and gone green. So we'll do lake cleansing just to get it out of the way. Maybe I could do it with this lake. I don't know. I'm going to try it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to chuck a couple nuggets into the lake. I should have done this with the exiles, but we'll do it with wikis instead. Okay. Up. And another one. It'd be really funny if this lake actually got infected. I'm doing this more out of my own curiosity than anything. I haven't tried a very tiny little pond yet. Okay, it's probably not going to get infected. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right. So this is infected now, or polluted lake, and this brings up the lake cleansing quest. And all you gotta do is hit it with a bit of rain, boom, boom, and that gives you that quest. Now this next one is a little more tricky to do when you have everything balanced, because you actually have to unbalance your entire ecosystem. You got to get the atmosphere down to a certain percentage, 75 or lower, I think. And then it'll tell you, hey, bring it back up. And basically, as soon as you've brought the planet past 75 or 80% or something like that, then you get the gone green. So that's pretty much it for all the explanations of all the quests that are available right now. If you have any questions, shoot me a DM. I'd love to help you out with anything I can. And we're back into infected zones, aren't we? One of those ninja infected zones. Okay. Once we get that courier set back, hopefully, then they'll start delivering supplies. What happened here? What the hell happened over here, guys? Because you're drinking and dating? That's why? I blame the engineers for that one. Or UFO. I don't know, I missed it. Yeah, okay, I blame the UFO for it. You zap me, I zap you. Zap for zap. Look at you with your dodging tactics. Real cool. Beat it. Okay. Let's make sure we got all our workers in any of the buildings that have just been built. Wouldn't want to miss any. Yeah, so we got the kinetic generators that need to be populated. And other than that, the new courier's up. Got any more? Oh, I got a workaholic here. Perfect. I'll give a believer a position, or maybe now I'll give a believer a position, and another one, and another one. I felt like I just clicked the same person 4 times, but I guess not. Okay, looks like we're actually making some progress finally. That's super useful. And then after the cement factory, everything else, once we get a surplus of everything else, then we can move on into industrialization. But I'd rather have a little bit of cement on standby before we go into that, because they need that pretty fast. Especially, you're going to need it right off the bat for steel mills. And we're doing good on iron now. Oil, I only have one pump that's been slowly pumping away. We're going to start needing oil pretty fast as well. So, go find some. That looks like a pretty good spot to me. What do you think? 2400, 2200, 2400. Sweet. Okay, we got a tornado coming up in 4 minutes. Hopefully not right in the center of this place, but you never know. Super random. You guys got any cement yet? I'd like some cement, please, even if it is super expensive. Nope. Holding out on the good stuff. Where's that last one? I thought they were right side by side, weren't they? Yeah. You guys hiding in the bushes. Yeah, you got Bupkis either. Yep, we'll just have to wait. It'll get there soon. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy there. Get that garrison working. Do I have enough? 36 nuggets. Yeah, I can populate this one. They'll forever protect us from the volcano. Okay. I'm gonna wait for this tornado, and then we're gonna do the Cupidon thing again. Get a whole bunch more nuggies born. We're at 350, which is good. But go for 50 more. Good enough is definitely a good saying in this game, but always you can always add a little bit more. And if you keep adding little bits more just over a course of time instead of all at once, it seems to go a little smoother. Not that I'm making a great example of that with some of this waiting, but could be worse. Okay, so I think I'm going to place another battery as well. I'm going to try and get up to 2 or 3,000 for power, but that's really all I need for the entire game. I don't really need like 10,000 power stored, especially if I keep making more and more kinetic generators and more nuggets keep running. And then once we get to the solar power, it's going to be even easier. Yep, don't need any labor for that. You were doing something? Look at the tiniest little dome in the world. Get off my lawn. Go back from whence you came. Okay, finally. I'm going to assign all to that. We're going to watch our bricks drop and our oil start dropping finally because we're finally using it. But that'll get us a good surplus of cement. And then once we have about 100 or so cement stored, then it'd be a really good time to start going into modern age. And by that time as well, we should have quite a few of the rest of this upgraded. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to save that for the next stream because we don't have much else to do here besides kind of wait around for DP. And yeah, we'll start getting a bit more of the tree filled out. And then hopefully this next episode, we can get at least 2 rockets, if not launching a rocket. So that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. Feel free to ask any questions that you have. I would love to be able to answer them to the best of my knowledge. And I will see you later.